Good day, everybody, and welcome to another edition of the Military and Foreign Affairs Network. I am your host, the voice of reason. Welcome to the program. So today, I wanted to talk about the ongoing congressional testimony that is taking place in regards to Hunter Biden, January 6th. You can really see just how fractured the U.S. is in watching this testimony between Republicans and the unitary one-party state, the Democrats. What's interesting is crackhead Hunter Biden decided to show up. He walked in after the congressional discussion started, as they started their banter in perpetude. He did not like what he heard, and about 15 minutes after sitting down, he got up and he walked out. Interesting. What was really hilarious, if you get a chance, try to look it up online and see if you can find this video. But as he's walking out, he is asked by a journalist, reporter, what have you, hey Hunter, what type of crack do you prefer, and are you on crack right now? And boy, the look that journalist got was actually a little disconcerting. If I was that journalist, old crackhead Hunter was none too happy. So, anyway, when you get a chance, check it out. So, is this another Lessons in Insanity? Maybe. You be the judge. I wanted to get your opinion on this next subject. I had the opportunity to watch a Australian politician cross-examine and question a Pfizer executive. I don't know when this took place, but it was very interesting. And essentially, this Australian politician, it was an older lady, asked the Pfizer executive. I don't know if he heads up Pfizer in Australia or what his exact rank within the organization of Pfizer was, but she asked him about people being forced to get the substance. And yes, I call it the substance because it is not a vaccine. It doesn't prevent you from getting the sickness, and it doesn't prevent you from spreading the sickness, aka COVID-19. Remember just a year ago, maybe a year and a half ago, 2 years ago, whenever it was, I could not even say COVID-19. I could not even say vaccine. I could not even talk about this subject on YouTube. I would be censored. So this Pfizer executive was asked his thoughts around people being forced to get the substance. And he declared not once, but twice, he did not believe anyone was forced to get the substance. Now, I'm sure you know someone, I know many individuals who were forced to get the substance. If they didn't get the substance, they would lose their livelihood. And now we're starting to find out that getting this substance is not that all good for you. It can be harmful. Look, we knew that there were some people who got the substance, received the substance, and dropped dead. It happened. Now, what I would like to ask, and I would love to hear what your opinion is, as a viewer to our program, is if 5 years from now, if 10 years from now, we find out that these executives, these pharmaceutical executives, that Fauci, other government leaders did this with intent, did this for profit. Billions of people were required to get the substance. And not only one set of substance, many people were required to get additional jabs of the substance and boosters of the substance as well. But if we find out 5 years from now, 10 years from now, it could be a year from now, that the substance, in fact, did harm, and these individuals knew that the substance would do harm, should those individuals be charged with crimes against humanity? Should they be tried? And if convicted, should we execute these individuals? Yeah, absolutely. Fauci. If we know that he essentially forced hundreds of millions of Americans to get this vaccine, this substance. I have to check myself because I called it what it was not. And if we find out that it in fact did harm, that it was killing people, and we don't know the long-term effects of this substance either, and if we find out further down the road that there are ongoing issues with receiving the substance, should they try Fauci? Should they try these executives with these pharmaceutical companies if they knew what they were doing and they did it with the purpose of profit? Fauci is the highest paid federal employee in the United States. Did you guys know that? Made a lot of money off the pandemic. Crimes against humanity. Tried, convicted, and execute them. What are your thoughts? Is it reasonable to even pose that question? If we find out in the future that a great deal of harm was done, and we know for a fact that most people who became ill with COVID-19 recovered. I got it myself. And I wouldn't even rate it as one of the top 10 illnesses of my life. Wasn't that bad. I think it was more disconcerting because of all the hype centered around COVID-19. That was probably creating more of a concern at the time. But in reality, if there had not been this hype around COVID-19, what would have been my opinion of contracting it? Well, I would have just have said I got a moderately bad cold. That's it. That's it. But again, if we find out that this substance has been hurting people. And I mean death or serious bodily injury, in which otherwise, if they had contracted COVID-19, they would have simply, their body would have achieved natural immunity. Just like I did. So should those individuals, should these pharmaceutical executives, should Fauci be held accountable? And I mean the most serious form of accountability. And I believe it falls within the purview of crimes against humanity. Tell me what you think. Have a good day.